Hey you guys out there in YouTube land, this is John from VW Planet. I know it's been a couple weeks since I made the last video, but I've got a couple had an injury to deal with, and now I'm back out, getting back, cracking the whip and getting some work done. This right here, I've been getting 3 or 4 messages a day about could we do something to explain the differences between the bugs and the beetles, type 1 primarily, like super beetles, regular, and basically they're newbies coming into our hobby. We need to educate them or our hobby's gonna die. So let's just do this quick little video and we'll go from there, guys. Alright, this one here, like I said, 1972 Super Beetle. And how you can tell is if you go over here, first sign tells me right here that it's got an air vent. Now you can cover that up, but we're just going to assume that no one has touched that or modified that. So that was installed in '69 in newer Beetles. Let's see what else here. Let's go inside real quick. There's a couple things. This may be getting a little confusing for you guys, so I'll explain to you. Okay, this is the 1972 Super Beetle. As you have seen Super Beetles with dashboards and everything else. In 71 and 72, they had the padded dash just like all the regular standard Beetles did. In 73, the Super Beetle had the steering wheel was back a little more. It had a like a dashboard as like we have today. From 67 and back, this pad here would be taken off. It didn't exist from 67 and back. But you can take this off and still not know what you have. But I'm not sure what year they started doing this, but as you can tell, there's the Vin plates. I want to say they started in 68ish, but I'm not 100% sure. Again, some people have that missing, and if you know how to read that 112, you can look that up in the dictionary of VW, and you can tell that what part numbers are that's going to be. So the 112 tells me it's a 72. Right here, sometimes you see there's like a 1 inch gap or 1 inch section right here that goes all the way around to the front. That's a sure sign of showing you that's a 73 or newer Super Beetle only. As we go to the front here, and here we go again. The wonderful Mcpherson strut shocks. These came on all Super Beetles from 71 through 79, the last one was built. The standard Beetle never had these, so again, that's a quick way to tell if you're what you're buying, a standard vehicle or you're buying a Super Beetle. And it's really hard to change this. You would be better off going out and buying a whole another car than trying to change this setup here. As we go to the front, okay, as you can tell, I'm scanning it real quick. You see all those little fins? Those fins were designed for, they decided that they were going to put air conditioning in these cars since they were dual port and had a little bit more power. So they were going to put the condenser and everything else up front here. So this one is not an AC model car. Another way to tell, sometimes if you see these tags here, you got really a pretty good car. I mean, it hasn't been smacked hard in the front end, which most of these don't exist anymore. But this one here, we got lucky and got the plate, the manufacturer's plate. Another way to tell on a Super Beetle, guys, is right here is where, let's take this out here. This is where the gas tank sits. This right here is just a vent door. But this is where the the tires sit, and they sit flat down on the in the front here. I recommend always having a tire in here, just in case, because you got that extra cushion in case you do hit somebody in the front between your gas tank and your metal. You got a little bit of cushion. I highly recommend that. Let's put this down here real quick. We know about the Mcpherson struts on this side. It was done in the front. Everything else is pretty close to the same. Even the taillights. Taillights are kind of tricky also too. These are, I want to say 68 and up type taillights. They've had 3 or 4 different designs, but the thing is you can get all these and modify them and put on your car, because everybody's modifying their car to their own. They've got this one, they've got little tiny ones, they've got circles, and they got these big massive ones, what they call elephant feet. If you ever see those, that's original, but it's on a 73 and newer Super Beetle. You all see those in a lot of those on the convertibles, Super Beetles. All right, back here in the transmission area, I took the rear Decklid off already. This is all the same still. Right there's a front motor mount for a transmission. As you can tell, it's got the cradle, the cradle over here, and it's just where your transmission sits. Engine comes behind it. Now on these, 69 and newer had, there you go. You can see that wheel here. See those holes? There's supposed to be CV joints there. And they run right into the side of the transmission. And that side also. Now let me show you the rear deck lid in this one. As you can tell, it's a plain Jane deck lid. Parallel vents going across. Plain Jane. 71, 72, yes. 73 Super Beetles and up, they're different. And I want to say, not 100% sure, but I think these are 68 and up also. All right, this right here is a 1970 standard bug. This is the last year of the standards that I had for convertibles. Let me show you up front real quick what's going on with this one. And what we have here is this car is on a beam, or a front beam. Take a look at this one real quick here. This is a better picture. As you can tell, this beam right here is really, either you got those shock absorbers or the Mcpherson struts, or you've got the front oh man, what's it called, the front beam like that. And what they do sometimes is they cut the middle of the beam out, bring the beam together so you can put wider tires in the front end, or change the, put wider tires on to match the back, because usually you want better tires than this little pizza cutter one. All right, back to the convertible, guys. Sorry for the interruption, a little ADD on my part. All right, again we see the beam, which tells us automatically, just like this, because this is what we did with the Super Beetle. As you can tell, here's the suspension. This is a shock mount. This is not a full coiled situation like the Super Beetle was. So I prefer this type model. Some people like the Super Beetle, but it's a personal choice. In here, we've got, this is what it looks like all behind the scenes, guys. I pulled the gas tank out. As you can tell, this is what I was talking about. This is where the front tire usually sits, in the area upright, and the gas tank is here. So when a tire is down below, God forbid you should get an accident, this would just push in, and it wouldn't be a disaster like the Super Beetle was. Again, we got the Vin Plate, which tells us it's a 70 right here, which is good. Like I said, this year is the last year of the standard convertible Beetles. So this one here was starting to go up in price. I don't know if you guys worry about that, but I'm more of a OEM kind of guy versus how much they're worth. And I'm going to have a lot more money in this one than this thing's worth when I finish, believe me. But this is going to be one of our projects, as you can tell. It's crazy looking. There's like a bunch of spaghetti up there. All right, now let's go to a different car. I'm going to put this down real quick. Oh, let me show you the thing they do with convertibles here. If you're ever at a swap meet, you might see one of these. Again, the deck lid is looks normal. If you can tell real close, you can see there's like a little box in there, a little indentation coming up. Well, on convertibles, they've got this water box. What this water box does is it collects the water off the grill, comes up down the drain, and drops out the side of the bug when you're going down the street with the top down. So these are pretty unique. I like them, but you know, it's a you don't have to have them, but I think it's pretty nice. All right, let's go to the last one here. This is the one I'm currently working on right now. Again, same thing, 1968. As you can tell, no air vents. Put a light on here real quick. There's a picture of the. That's too dark in here. Anyways, you can tell the tire goes in here upright. Same thing. This one here, if you look, is the first year of the padded dashboard, as you can tell. Now on 68s, this was the first year they did what's called an auto stick. If this was a regular 68, it would have the solid axles versus the CV joints. This one here has the CV joints because it's a auto stick. When you see the solenoid like that, that tells you what, you know, automatically it's an auto stick car, which is going to be 68 up and newer, or unless you want to change it. I don't know where the bottles are right now. I can't tell. As you can tell, I got a junkyard here going on too. Let's go to the last one here real quick. The battery's getting ready to die. This was the one that was just dropped off of my house one night. This one's pretty interesting though. We're gonna try to explain this one. Okay, this one here, they wanted the best of both worlds. So they got a convertible bug, as you can tell. Scan out there real quick. Convertible. And what they did is they built a chassis, a frame, like this. Or sometimes you see like those Rolls-Royce front ends, they do that too. But this beam right here is supposed to be back here, like the other ones. So this one here, they wanted the best of both worlds. I'm thinking off-road, so they got the front end so they can they can narrow the front end and put bigger tires. And like I was saying, the 67 and back have what's called a swing axle. And the swing axle is right here. These are the axles coming on both sides. Regular transmission. Transmission is different from the auto stick. And everything bolts up, but this one supposedly is better for off-road. So I don't know personally, but that's what I've been told. And that's going to do it, guys. I hope that explains what you guys wanted. Have a nice day, keep dubbing, and we'll catch you later.